Hello, how are you doing? I hope well during these crazy wild times. My name is Anna-Thea and I am your divine feminine educator. Excited to be here today because what I'm going to be talking about is love. Your inner beloved and attracting healthy love. Not dysfunctional love or dysfunctional relationships, which I'm sure many of us have had plenty of experiences with that. So, what I want to talk about is how you have this unique imprint inside you, which is called your inner beloved. It's actually an astrological imprint that lets you know what you need to work on and what you need to cultivate inside you to attract a healthy relationship. And if you haven't done that inner beloved work, then you're possibly, unless you don't have any relationship karma, you're going to have to work through that undeveloped part of you through relationship challenges. So it's really nice when you are, especially when you're single, during times in your life when you're single, but it doesn't have to be when you're single, that you actually then work on your inner beloved. And astrology can specifically help you with that, with your specific astrological imprint on what your soul and your heart's desire is around relationships, so that when you get into relationship, that you're not projecting your unmet part of you or your underdeveloped part of you onto your partner. You see, that's kind of like a parent-child dynamic. And that happens quite a bit. And so what literally happens in relationship is we fall in love with either our mother or our father or some major caregiver that we had when we were growing up, because that's how we got programmed into what actually love is for us. So for example, hey, thank you for being here. Whoever's here, please comment. I'd love to know. I think I'm getting better at actually looking at seeing the comments that are coming in. I think I'm starting to figure it out after all this time. But please say hello. I'd love to know who's here. And I'm talking about your inner beloved. And how, if you're not working your inner beloved, and there's actually astrological imprints that help you to understand what aspect or what type of inner beloved you actually have. And when you cultivate that, then you don't project your underdeveloped inner beloved that's needy or that's distorted onto your partner and create all kinds of relationship havoc. And that's why this inner beloved, hey Dawn, so nice to see you here. Thanks for being here, honey. So this inner beloved work is really powerful. Part of the inner beloved, there's different astrological aspects to your inner beloved. But let's say, for example, I'm just going to talk about one specific part, and then I'll give a few more parts of it. You know, as far as astrology goes, most of us know what our sun sign is, and that's your zodiac sign. For example, my sun sign is Libra, and your sun sign may be Leo or maybe Virgo. I don't know, Dawn, what is your sun sign, your zodiac sign? If you want to put that in the comment, that'd be interesting. I don't know if we've ever looked at your astrology. I know you're a two of diamonds, but that doesn't give you the whole picture. I mean, there's a whole bunch of other planets, there's asteroids, there's your part of fortune, and all kinds of different other aspects. There's your rising sign, what's on the descendant, what's in your relationship houses, the things that pertain to intimacy in your relationship house. So just knowing your sun sign is actually more of a patriarchal lens that you're actually looking at yourself at. And that's what we need to actually move away from, or that's what we're currently moving away from, is this very patriarchal point of view of ourselves and the world. So knowing more than just your sun sign, see, sun is the masculine, right? Moon is the feminine. These are the two astrological illuminaries in your natal chart, in your birth chart when you were born. And that chart is an imprint when you took your first breath, and it's an imprint of what your soul came here to do during this lifetime. But just looking at the sun sign doesn't really give you that whole picture, especially around creating a healthy you so that you can attract healthy relationship. So one of the two markers that I look at for your inner beloved, and then I've personally worked with through the years with myself, because I'm my number one student, right? Um, is Taurus. You're Taurus. Okay, honey, Taurus. Taurus is the tantric path. You've got Taurus and you've got Scorpio, okay? So if you're a Taurus sun, and it depends on what degree of Taurus you're in, you're either the earlier degrees, middle. Oh, were you in the, I don't know the dates exactly of Taurus, the beginning and end. Yeah, I don't know offhand. I'd have to look at a chart. But are you in the first week of Taurus, the second week of Taurus, or the third week of Taurus, Dawn? Because that actually makes a difference as well. Um, where was I at with this? Oh, the tantric path. So that Taurus it's a Taurus Scorpio path, but Taurus is very grounded, sensual. Scorpio is deep diving. Taurus kind of can get stuck, but is also very solid. So there are positive and negative aspects of all of this. People that have jumped on, please say hi. Let me know what your sun sign is. May the 17th. I'd have to grab a chart, or we can talk about that later. I'd love to let you know what degree, or, if you're the latter part of Taurus or the beginning part of Taurus. But we're talking about astrology. We're talking about beyond your sun sign. We're talking about your inner beloved imprint. And there's many different aspects in the chart that will give you a lens of what your inner beloved is. Hey, Shazadi, good to see you. May 5th. I'm not sure, honey. We'd have to actually run your chart and see. But the thing that I really want to talk about is not just your sun sign, right? But what is your Venus and what is your Mars? Where is your fourth house? What's on the cusp of your fourth house? Because that's home and family. What's on the cusp of your fifth house? Because that is the love affair and the playful part of you. What's on the cusp of your seventh house? Because that's what you are attracted to in relationship. And what's on the cusp of your eighth house? Because that's what you're attracted to for deep diving and intimacy. So it tells you a lot, but what I want to talk about is your Venus and your Mars. So if you are a woman, and I was told, and I want to give credit to Daniel Giamario, this is where I learned this inner beloved, gosh, back in 2005, I think. And I've worked my inner beloved ever since to really help me attract in a better, healthier relationship. And I'm going to explain that in a moment. But what he said, and I don't know if he's changed his point of view on this to be more gender fluid, but he said, regardless of whether you are male identified or female identified, it's your astrological imprint is your Venus and your Mars for your inner beloved. So if you are a male, then you would look at your inner feminine, which is your Venus. And if you are a female, then you'd look at your inner masculine. So I found this interesting. I don't know if he's updated that as far as to be a little bit more gender fluid, but I just want to go down since we have women here, I want to talk about your inner masculine. And I want to talk about your Mars. Where is your Mars on your chart? And there's 12 different possibilities. Is your Mars in Taurus? Is your Mars in Gemini? Is your Mars in Cancer? My Mars is in Cancer. So there's 12 different places that your Mars can be. It's only going to be in one place. But what is that? That tells a lot about you. First of all, what it tells you is how Mars will tell you how you move in the world, how you like to do things, because Mars is the masculine. It's about getting out there, making things happen, right? But it's also that part of you that needs to be developed and cultivated so that you don't project your Mars, your inner man, onto your lover. You need to be that yourself. So let me give you an example. I have Mars in Cancer, and that's actually to its detriment. It's not a good place for Mars to be. It's not comfortable in Cancer because Mars is about the warrior, making things happen, and Cancer is all warm and fuzzy and, more the feminine and soft and vulnerable, right? However, for me, I really took this serious. I was like, okay, my Mars is in Cancer. What that means is I really need to cultivate that real nurturing, soft, gentle energy in me. And I need to become emotionally sufficient. So anytime that I project my emotions, my unprocessed emotions onto my lover, then I am creating an unhealthy relationship. I needed to, and I really worked this for many, many years and continue to work it. I needed to stand in my own emotional storm with me and not process my emotions and, and project my emotional storm onto my beloved, because that destroys the relationship. And I've seen this. It's been so, so powerful for me to um, to really cultivate that my Mars in Cancer and be able to be there for myself emotionally. And what it has really done, cultivate that your autonomous self. You need to stand in your power. People pleasers, and they really need to cultivate this to have a healthy relationship. If your Mars is in Taurus, then you need to cultivate the art of intimacy. Mars is in Gemini, then you need to have be a good communicator. You really need to cultivate that sense of clear communication. If your Mars is in Cancer, like me, you need to cultivate that self-nurturing, that emotional awareness. If your Mars is in Leo, then you need to cultivate an open heart and a deep sense of self-love. If your Mars is in Virgo, then you need to be in cycle with the rhythms of nature, but you also need to let go of self-criticism or criticizing your lover, right? Let's see, we go from Virgo to Libra. If your Mars is in Libra, then you really want conscious equal partnership, but you need to cultivate that within you. You need to be your own partner first and foremost if you want to have that in the outside in your relationship. Let's go to Scorpio. If your Mars is in Scorpio, then you need to be able to stand in, you need to be able to go deep. You need to, and you do probably go deep, but you need to be able to go deep in a way that is uplifting and not destructive. If you are, let's see, the next one would be Sagittarius. So you need to be able to express that real freedom-loving and adventurous side of you to cultivate that and attract in a healthy relationship. Not projecting that you need adventure and that your partner needs to provide you adventure or freedom. Next one is Capricorn. You need to have a reliable relationship, so you really need to be reliable for you. Be your own structure or your system or your stability. You need to create stability within yourself and not project that need for stability in your relationship. Aquarius. Aquarius is like the freedom lover, the self-expressed person. So you need to, maybe you want to have relationship, but you also need to honor that there's that part of you that just wants to be uniquely you. So you need to be able to own that and be it and not, yes, we're going to be accommodating in a relationship, but you really need to honor that part and not sacrifice that part of yourself. And then the Pisces, I would say what Pisces needs, Mars and Pisces, is to develop good boundaries. Because Mars and Pisces is like, oh, we're all connected and just going with the flow, which is great, which is beautiful. However, setting really understanding good boundaries would be something very good to cultivate. So this just gives you a small glimpse of what this inner beloved is really all about. It's so profound and powerful, and I like to encourage people that are single to really understand what is your Mars, what are the other pointers in your natal chart that you're really needing. Your soul on a very deep soul level is needing and wanting. And when you really understand that and you give yourself that, then you'll energetically attract it into your life. So it can be very profound and powerful. Now, I gave in this video a couple of links I want to share with you. 2 testimonials, excuse me, of people that have had readings with me. You can read those. I also have a way to contact me and reach out to me. If there's a link for that if you're interested in a reading. And then I also have a link to an article. And that's an interesting article because it talks a little bit about what I've already talked about here, but it's, how you benefit from a full astrology reading. If you've never treated yourself to one, I treat myself to one every year. Even though I give them, I like to receive them as well, because it's really powerful and profound to be able to understand your own astrology. It literally activates, I feel it activates your soul, because you're really speaking on a soul level to you. And what the heck? I mean, that's what we came here for, right? Is to develop our souls. Okay, so, excuse me, I don't know what's in my throat. So check out those links. If you enjoyed this live, please share it. And before I get off, I really want to say one more thing. Is anyone here tired of the divisiveness and the divide that is happening in our world, in our society, in our community, in our culture, in our relationships? Is anyone tired of it yet? I am so done with the lack of connection, and that everyone's standing in their own reality grid. Yeah, I have my opinions on what's happening. Yes, I do. But I don't have a vice grip on it. Oh, that's what reality is. These are opinions. They're opinions. They're not reality, they're opinions. And our opinions come from our lens, our own unique lens of how we see the world. How many people are there on the planet? That's how many realities there are. And so I have 3 planets in Libra. So I like to think, and I have my moon is in Sag, which means I came in as a teacher, I guess, or the level of wisdom, because Sagittarius is that higher wisdom. Humbly, I'm saying humbly because when we think we know things, we're just, that's when you don't know anything. And the older I get, the more I know less, right? Life humbles you, for sure. But I really wanted to speak to this divide, because if you've lost people that you love, there's grief. There's grief there. And I'm seeing what it comes down to is the inability for people to navigate through conflict and differences of opinions and come to a place of, it's not even connection because there's that separation, but come to a place of namaste. The light in me sees the light in you, therefore we are one. And that may sound very cosmic, but we're really needing to, instead of prove our point, the skill that you really need to learn now is to navigate the differences and find connection. But that's not happening. I don't see, I'm now in a group that's going to be meeting and our focus is going to be healing the divide. The other thing is, I'm currently teaching Manifesting More Pleasure. We're going to be finishing up that course, and it's been profound. It's been powerful for women in the course. And I felt very honored to be able to teach that because we really have come from a place of pain, and I want to help people move into a place of pleasure. We're coming from a place of fear. We're operating out of fear, and I want to move people into a place of choosing love over fear. But the next class I'm going to be teaching is Sex Ed You Didn't Learn From Your Mother. So you'll be hearing about that in the next times to come. And then I'm also going to be teaching Mastering Your Emotions. And I know that's a foundational course, which everyone is feeling very uptight and emotional during these times, and rightfully so. So I want to honor that in you. And to be able to navigate these emotions and move through them is really important. Stephanie, your sun sign is Scorpio. Okay, so you shine with going deep. You're a deep diver, or at least most people with sun, we'd have to see the whole chart. Scorpio is about depth. Scorpio is about power. Scorpio is about transformation. I am Scorpio rising. So I'm here, and your rising sign is what you came here to get your master's degree in. Oh my God, Scorpio rising, it's been lots of transformation in my life. I hope you enjoyed this live today. I really enjoy that you come here, that you comment. Please share. Please share it with those that you love. If you're interested, click on those links, click on that article, and also in that article, take the love quiz, because then you'll be linked up to me in my emails. You'll get a self-love warm-up 5-day challenge in that process, and then you'll be informed of the next thing that I'm up to, which is really teaching about deeper levels of love. And if nothing else, that's what we're here to learn. And it's a tough job, especially now, but you can do it. All right. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.